We are live. Let's get ready to podcast.
Fire it up.
Welcome back to another live and amplified Indie Fusion podcast. I'm your host, Tom Kwiat, and we are back at it again with another amazing podcast. Today, we have a very special guest joining us. We have Amaya Nicole. How's it going?
Great. Excited to be here.
Excited to have you here. Excited to talk about your new. Now, it's a full-length album, correct?
It's an EP, so it's got 5 songs on it. Yes.
I was sitting there. I was like, EP, full-length, whatever. Yeah. So, so how's everything going up in Idaho?
It's great. Yeah. There's a little bit of a delay right now on the screen, but it's good. Yeah. It's a little bit slower in the winter, but
the delay might be on my end. I've been having internet issues for the last week, so we'll see how this one plays out.
Yeah.
But excited to hold on a minute. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I don't know. I'm worried about my internet right now, so it is what it is. So tell me about the EP. What's the kind of the background story behind it and all that stuff?
So these are a bunch of songs that I wrote, a lot of them through high school that I was waiting to record and release. And then finally I graduated and I was able to have that time the time and the money to be able to record them. And I wrote a lot of these songs through like my high school dating and high school drama and all of that. So most of it, like the title is Unsent. Most of it is like unsent messages that I had written, things that I'd wish I'd said to some people, but never did. And so I put them into songs and yeah.
Nice. And how long's it's obviously been out for about a little over a month or right around a month, little over a month. How long had you been working on it prior to that?
Writing probably about 3 years, but then all the production and everything was about 2 years, I believe.
So it was about 5 years in the making?
It was a while, yeah.
Fair enough. Now, during those 5 years, were you like playing and stuff, or were you solely committed to like working on the album?
I was pretty much completely focused on working on this. Lots of writing, lots of like practicing piano, all of that stuff. Towards the end of it, though, once things started to lighten up, I started practicing my performing and marketing and all of that.
Gotcha. So this was a pandemic project, then I take it, like looking at the timeline?
Definitely. That's when started it all.
And now, is that when you started pursuing, is that when you consider like starting pursuing music, or was it just like, hey, this is when I started like writing my own music?
I would say that that's mostly when I started like seriously writing. I've kind of done music my whole life. I did like school talent shows when I was younger and everything. So I just kind of started taking more seriously about then. But I've written like when I was little, I would write little songs and everything. But yeah.
And who got you introduced to music? Was it something that was always kind of there? Was it your family?
My grandpa, he's been in multiple bands. He's a drummer, he plays guitar, sings, everything. So that's definitely what got me interested. But my whole family, like my mom, a little bit of her side is all pretty musical.
Gotcha. And who were like growing, or as you were kind of going through this process of writing for the EP, who were you listening to, like influence wise? Like who were you drawing influence from?
Yeah, my biggest influence is definitely Taylor Swift. I'm a big Swiftie. I get a lot of judgment for it sometimes, but I'm a big Swiftie. And then like Lizzy, McAlpine, Gracie, Abrams. I love the like soft vocals with deep lyrics. Those are my favorite.
Fair. So now that the EP's out, like what's kind of running through your mind? It's been out for a month. Like, are you worried about the next thing? Are you just kind of like trying to give this as much legs as you can?
Yeah, at the moment, I'm trying to release as much as I can, get as much time in the studio as I can to, I guess, better myself too as an artist. And so right now I'm already focusing on the next song, and I want to release some singles after this. So I'm going into the studio actually next week to start on the next song.
Oh, nice. And I'm guessing you're recording in Boise there, or?
Yeah, in Garden City, so right next to Boise.
Okay, nice. How's the scene been in Boise? It's been a while since I've had anybody from Boise on the podcast. So especially since the pandemic kind of subsided, I haven't really had anybody on. So how's the scene rebounded since the pandemic?
It's definitely like not as big as a lot of places, like major cities, but it's a good place to be. It's like there's a lot of good like spots to perform. You go down into Boise and there's always people busking and like singing on the side, playing music.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah,
Will you go down there and busk as well, or
that's the goal. Once it's less cold out
fair?
this
Fair.
summer, I'm definitely going to be doing that.
Nice. So are you not performing as much right now, or
Not as much right now. I was during the summer, but again, it's like people aren't outside as much. There's not as much to do inside either, unless it's restaurants or cafes and things like that.
Mhm.
But I'm really trying to focus on writing this winter and then go into practicing performance and getting gigs in the summer.
Nice. What do you have you found, obviously, since you're kind of in a little bit more of a creative writing phase right now, have you found yourself drawn to different topics? Like what's inspiring you to write right now?
Country music. I have not been focused on a lot of country in the past. I've done a lot of slow pop ballads, things like that. But I've been really drawn to country lately, especially I'm trying to learn guitar. So that would be really awesome if I could get into some country and learn how to write in that genre.
Fair. Nice. So you're learning how to play guitar. How long have you been battling that fight?
About a month now. I picked it up because I quit my old job, and so I got a whole lot of time on my hands, and I'm only working part-time now. So
Okay.
I'm trying to focus on music more, and guitar was one of those skills that I just never picked up.
Hmm.
And it's definitely tricky, but I'm getting calluses on my hand, and it's working out.
Fair. I was going to ask if you found it is a little bit easier to learn now that you've kind of gone through the entire process of writing music, but I'm sure it's probably not any easier than it would have been.
Yeah, it definitely some things like the prior knowledge of music theory and piano is a little bit helpful, but it's hard. It's definitely tricky, like the finger contortions and
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think you'll find that once you kind of get yourself comfortable enough to play your own music while you sing,
Mhm.
that the shows will come a lot more easier because you don't have to worry about
Yes.
trying to book a band or book a guitar
Mhm.
player and
Absolutely.
stuff. So,
Yeah, it would be so nice to be able to do live like my own music and
mm,
vocals because I'm not going to lug around my piano, so a guitar is a
fair,
lot easier.
fair. Is that what you were doing this summer? Was your more your piano stuff or?
I was doing mostly just recording. I would either record instrumentals beforehand, or I would just look up some backtracks, instrumentals for songs that I would do.
Mhm.
But hopefully, I just want to be able to take a guitar with me and then just have that with my voice.
Nice. I think you'll
Mhm.
find people connect with you a little bit more because
Yes.
they're seeing it all right in front of them instead of having like a
Mhm.
backing track and whatnot. So,
Absolutely.
so,
Yeah.
um, so you're in Boise now. Do you have aspirations of moving to Texas, Nashville, moving out of Boise, or?
At the moment, I feel pretty good here. I'm very family oriented, so I'm just want to stick with my family. My parents really support me a lot with my music,
Mhm.
which is super helpful. And I don't know if I could do anything without my friends and family here.
Fair.
But I definitely think like in the future, moving to like LA, Nashville, those are something that I've been open to, or even like I've heard that there's some fun spots in Hawaii.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've literally not heard. I've not heard that about Hawaii. That's
Really?
cool though.
Yeah. Hmm.
I know they have a little bit of a scene, but it's more in like the touristy parts. So they're doing
Yeah.
more like
Hmm.
covers and whatnot. So
Hmm.
yeah. So no, that's cool. That you're literally the first person to bring that up. So
Really?
born and raised in Boise, correct?
No, I'm from California, kind of the Sacramento area,
Okay.
but then we moved up here during the pandemic in 2020.
Okay.
So almost 6 years now up here.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Now, do you still have family out in Sacramento or?
Yeah, I have a good amount of family and a little bit of friends down there still, but honestly, most of us have moved up here to Idaho, which is
Okay.
pretty cool. But
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Obviously, there's got to be some. What's the biggest difference between Sacramento and Boise?
I gotta say, there's a lot less to do here, but sometimes it's nice. It's a lot more peaceful up here. People are really friendly. It's a lot cleaner,
Mm,
but I definitely miss sometimes being close to the beach, having more activities to go do.
fair. You
Hmm.
mean, you mean you're not going to the Potato Museum or is it? Yeah, it's the Potato Museum that's in Boise, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. I remember the first time I drove through Boise, we saw the exit for it, and I was like, man,
Hmm.
if we weren't in such a rush to get to Montana right now, I'd say let's take an afternoon and go check. I don't know what a potato museum is, but let's
Yeah.
go check it out. So,
The potato thing is real. My senior graduation, we gave our principal potatoes as we walked up the stage.
oh, fun.
So it's real, yeah.
Nice. That's funny. That's really cool. So outside of music, what do you like to do? What do you like to get into?
So I'm a barista. I really love making coffee. I've been doing that for like almost 3 years now. But other than that, I love music. I'm always focused on music. I do bake a little, but that's pretty much all. I'm like always focusing on music.
Fair, fair, fair. Who are you listening to right now that's really got your ear?
Again, Gracie, Abrams, and Lizzy McAlpine.
Hmm.
I really love like pushing it down and praying. That song is so great. A lot of like small country artists I've been finding. Small artists. I love like connecting with people on TikTok and
Yeah,
Instagram and finding other smaller artists.
yeah. Is there anybody in Boise that you're like you think are really coming up a little bit?
Yeah, actually, I forget a few of their names, but then there's also my producer that I'm seeing right now, Kyler Darren. Just a shout out to him. He's really great. Great with production, great with music, he just released his first song in a while, and it was
Mhm.
really good.
Nice. That's cool. I
Yeah.
love that. Love that the Boise scene is really staying intact. Because when I was talking to because at one point during the pandemic, I thought I was moving to Boise,
Yeah.
because I had a couple of job opportunities up there, but then I never obviously never ended up moving. But I was getting really into the scene up there, and then it just seemed like there was one point where the scene kind of started fading away a little bit.
Mhm.
But then
Yeah.
I think that's just because I started pulling away from the scene a little bit, and so it's just kind
Mhm.
of like, oh, whatever. But no, I'm glad that the scene's like healthy and
Yeah.
vibrant up there. So
Yeah, definitely things like Treefort Music Festival is really great with we have a bunch of people that come in from outside of Boise and everything. It's really fun. It's definitely not huge, but there's still a pretty good music scene up here.
right, right, right. Now, do you when you were playing this past summer, were you primarily playing in Idaho, or would you travel out and go different places?
Yeah, pretty much just Idaho. I did like farmers markets. I played at like outdoor. There's this apartment complex that has like restaurants and everything. But yeah, pretty much just outdoors. I love being outdoors. Those are my favorite like background music.
Nice, nice.
Mhm.
Cool, cool, cool. So, kind of looking forward, obviously, you said your hope is to get more music out this year. Are you shooting for another EP, or are you kind of just like I know you'd mentioned singles when we first started talking, but is the goal to do another EP or a full length or?
Yeah, my goal is probably throughout this year to do a bunch of singles and just really focus on my quality of my writing, production, music, everything, and then do an album after that.
Mhm.
So probably like 4 to 5 singles and then a full album is the
Nice,
goal.
nice. And would that like obviously we're going way into the weeds here, but would that feature this current EP, or would that just be a standalone thing and then everything else on this would be new?
Probably just a standalone thing. I'm thinking this will be separate and then separate singles and a whole separate album with new songs. I write a lot, so I have a lot of material that I'd like to get out there.
Fair. How often are you like always writing, or how often are you writing?
I would say like small ideas daily. I write things down in my notes. I have ideas pop into my head every single day. Serious writing, I probably do every week. I
Nice.
do it a lot.
So you thinking like you get a song a week, or is it not quite that frequent?
It's probably, I would say, monthly that I actually finish a song. So I have a lot of small parts. I have choruses, verses, and everything, but it takes a good while to get a full song out of them.
Mhm.
But, mhm.
And it's more of just like the puzzle pieces of, oh, hey, I had this idea 3 weeks ago and now it
Mhm.
works.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha. Do you remember the first song you ever wrote?
I don't. I was writing at a very young age. I remember I really got into it when I was like 12. I was really excited about writing, but I was writing long before that. I remember writing songs about like nature and songs about my crushes that I had in middle school, things like that.
Fair, fair, fair.
Mhm.
And so that was just stuff that you were singing. You didn't like record it or anything. Yeah.
My first time ever going to an actual recording studio, I was 16 and I recorded a cover of Make You Feel My Love by Adele.
Nice.
But prior to that, it was just like school talent shows, singing for my family, writing for fun.
Fair.
Hmm.
That's cool. Because I always hear those stories about how I remember when I was a kid, and I'm sure you probably had it too, the little boom boxes with the mics that you could sing into, and
Yes.
it had the cassette tapes or whatever.
Yeah.
So I remember talking to several musicians where they'd be like, "Yeah, I just sing into that," and I'm sure that tape's around somewhere. So,
Yeah. I'm
but
sure there's videos out there of me when I was little with my own songs. And I do remember significantly, I was probably like six-ish, and I was singing to my family about dolphins. And yeah,
I love.
always.
Well, I mean, that's definitely got to be a California thing, right? Being
Oh,
out
yeah.
in Sac, yeah.
hmm
So, how often do you get back out to Sacramento?
Not too often. I probably go like a couple times a year. Most of my family's up here now, so we don't have a whole lot of reason to go back down there. But
Fair,
yeah.
fair, fair.
hmm
Nice. So looking forward, obviously you got your EP out now, and then you'll as you get the new singles and stuff ready to go, I'm sure you'll announce that on your social media. Do you have you booked any shows into 2026 yet, or are you just kind of waiting for the weather to clear and then you'll figure it out?
Still pretty much waiting. I'm thinking, so there's this market, farmers market that I really loved that I did last year that I'm planning to do again.
Mhm.
But still pretty much just waiting and focusing on the writing.
And learning how to play guitar?
Yes,
Nice.
yes.
How far along in that process are you? Are you learning? Have you learned like scales yet, or like where are you kind of at?
Yeah, I've learned, I think, like seven chords, and
Mhm.
I've written my own song already on it, and then I have learned one cover. So, yeah,
What
that's
co-
about where I'm at with that.
what cover song?
It's Blown Away by Carrie Underwood.
Nice, nice.
hmm
What's your favorite cover song to do?
Probably that one. It's fun. It's just three chords. So I'm just, yeah,
Fair.
bouncing through the same chords. It's definitely tricky to move between chords still,
Mhm.
but I'm working towards it.
Fair. Now, are you documenting yourself learning how to play guitar for like social media and stuff like that?
Yeah, I've posted a couple of videos. I posted my original. I posted just like talking about it a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, but I've done a few like just for myself, a few like videos of
Yeah.
documenting how quick I'm playing and how many chords I know and
Yeah.
things like that.
Fair. What might be interesting, and I told somebody else this, and I'm kind of waiting for somebody to actually do it, is go live while you're practicing or learning how to play
That's
guitar.
not a good idea.
So in
Yeah.
that way, if like other musicians jump in, if they notice you doing something, it's like, hey, try this. Or, just
Mhm.
I feel like it creates an organic connection between musicians and their listeners or musicians and other musicians. So
Yeah, that's funny. I was actually just talking to my boyfriend about doing lives, and I was like, I don't even know what I would do on a live stream,
yeah.
but that would be a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah, like because I don't know how you personally go about learning guitar. If you've got do
hmm
like YouTube tutorials or you got books or a teacher, and like I don't know, but I feel like just you noodling on a guitar and just kind of trying to figure
hmm
it out that would make a very interesting live. So
Yeah, absolutely.
or trying to learn how to play a song or
hmm
obviously as you go through that entire process you can kind of figure out how you want to organize a stream a live like
hmm
that, but I think initially just doing guitar practice online seems
Yes.
like a
Yeah, I've been
fun
wanting to
idea.
go
So,
live more. So,
right.
hmm
Would you do that on Instagram, YouTube, or
usually TikTok.
okay?
But yeah.
See, that's where I fall short is I'm still not even that good on TikTok because
Yeah.
I can't go live on TikTok. I haven't reached the
hmm
threshold on it or whatever, but
Yeah.
so
hmm
you must be doing something right on TikTok. So
Yeah, I'm trying to I'm at 2,000 right now, but my goal for the year is like 20,000. So hopefully we
nice.
get there.
Nice. That's my goal on Instagram is to hit 25,000. So
I love it.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
YouTube YouTube, it's always to grow YouTube just because I get paid really well on YouTube. So it's like,
Mhm.
let's
Yeah.
get those numbers up. So,
Yes. I need to focus more on YouTube. I always forget about it.
right. And
Mhm.
honestly, with TikTok, you could literally probably just take your lives and whatever you post on TikTok and throw it over on YouTube
That's
and it'll
true.
convert
Yeah.
really well. So,
hmm
hey, what's what's something that what's been like the hardest part about promoting your music? Obviously, you've got the EP out now. What's something that you weren't expecting when it came to promoting your music?
I would say figuring out what people want to see.
Mhm.
I found that um, being like posting like thank you videos or I'm so grateful videos or things talking about the like listeners themselves or my followers themselves is what does the best.
Really?
But it's always a little bit tricky to figure out what people actually want to watch. And then like videos you think are going to do really well don't do well, or
Mhm.
videos you don't think are going to do well.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
One thing I've learned is stay away from the trendy like challenge like whatever is trending on
Yes.
TikTok, like whatever challenge video or
Yeah.
whatever dance video or whatever it is, kind of stay away
Hmm.
from that because they'll come for that video, but then that's what they expect
Yes.
is that. So
Yeah. And I actually just created a separate account, or a few months ago, I created a whole separate account for that reason exactly. So I have my other account, and then I have my account that's strictly just for music stuff
mhm.
and music posts. So,
Nice.
mhm.
Cool, cool, cool. Well, I appreciate your time. For people to check out the EP, upcoming releases, shows as they get announced, social media, all that fun stuff. Where's the best place for people to support?
I would absolutely say Instagram, and then Spotify is my biggest streaming platform. But I'm on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and then all streaming platforms.
Awesome.
Mm,
Well, once again, thank you so much for joining us. I really
Thank
appreciate your time.
you.
And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And we will catch y'all later.
Bye. Thank you.
Come on.